my president and the team on the move for the resilience, it is unprecedented. In Pakwach, of course, we opened very successfully and we went heavy amidst all the militarization. Arua was so massive. What my take in Arua was that the people power overruled all of us. Of course, we were maliciously diverted, blocked, brutalized to access the venues, which our people on the ground, in less than 9 hours, battled with the very malicious administration, militarized the system of where we would be, the final ground in Oli. But I congratulate you people for that resilience, the focus, the hope, the faith. Even the place that was given at Oli, we were able to preside over militarization, preside over intimidation, preside, and you delivered one of the best moments for us. You set the standard, and you actually invoked a saying that I usually like when I'm training the alternative and transformative leaders, that when the world sits, that's what you told us in Arua in practice, when the world sits, you stand. When the world stands, you stand up. When the world stands up, be outstanding. When the world becomes outstanding, be the standard. And when the world becomes the standard, be outstanding and make it too high. And that is exactly what we did. And we need to continue to scale up the standards. One critical lesson, we demystified the military. By 6 o'clock, our president was supposed to be at Oli, and he had been diverted in the rain. The people refused to move. Military was telling us, you know, they said we are not going to go until we hear, because we know it is not by his mistake that he has been delayed to this extent. In the rain, our people in Arua fear rain, but this time they did not even fear rain. So I want to continue to say thank you, our Minangere. My taking it that when people are resolved, which they are, military, no military barrels will disperse the people. They are telling us this in action. In fact, I was even at one time telling people now we should start moving. They said no, we are not going to move until we see and hear from the president. And this has continued. In Lira, in Oyam, when I was arrested actually before we went to Apache, the people actually came. The communities gathered immediately. Power of the communities this time. We are in charge of this. It is not the military. So for me, it is in action. It is very powerful. It is speaking to us. It is shaping us. Even when we were arrested with the team by military, waving sticks and guns, all men, the communities that came, women carrying their babies on their backs. That is so powerful. And it has remained with me throughout. And of course, the teamwork. We need to be documenting this. We must stay resilient. We must stay on top of whatever. Nothing should come between us and our delivery of Uganda. We are now focusing on vote protection, because that is the messaging. All of you are telling us, please, how are you going to? Because even if now you don't come in and we are going to vote. Nope. But are you going to protect? I have thrown that question back. Are we going to protect? Yes, we are going to protect our votes. And we are working towards making sure that, in fact, mapping all the loopholes and mapping all the polling stations. So we have left actually the campaign because it is a done deal. We are now focusing on vote protection, voter safety and security, away from rigging, away from buying, away from the military, away. We are saying we will deliver these votes. and we can do it. We are going to do it together. This time, for the first time, Ugandans have owned this process. They are not leaving it. They were not even telling us, you shake the mangoes. No. You know, the shaking the mangoes is about pay us. People do not actually want to hear about that. They have owned the process. And that is one thing NOP has given to the people of Uganda. Power to us. So, Northern Uganda will set the trend. We are very excited about it. We are waiting the second round. And we are actually going to raise the bar even higher. This is not your struggle alone. This is our struggle. We want to thank everybody for that. I think you have any look at this. I'm a Arua, I'm a West Nile, I'm a Bakidi Ba, Uru, Uganda, Oluzungua, Karamojo asi, Buganda asi, Mbarara asi, Paorokina, Aleruan in there, Tebandenga, Deruan Nico. Ani Apadete Yabiskor, I met Tikiti Tualo, I met Tikiti Urikoko, I met Tikiti Asi or Posi, Asi or Kasi, I met Tikiti Ada, and wrote the Anilo Parakaniko, and wrote the Aletara Uganda Odidre. We want to see the new Uganda delivered in practice. Our before, and please be on notice. We are back on track and we are coming to Arua. We are coming to Moyo, we are coming to Koboko, we are coming to Yumbe. We are going to reach everywhere, physically and also by our voice and representations, because you know time is now left very short towards the elections. We totally want to be in every village, and we know and we believe by the representatives, people like Opingopi, people like Haddad, people like Vic, we know we are present. Wait January 14th. Our first Saro, Oriyo. Our four. Apoy Matek.
Apoy your belly, Mama. Yeah. You motivate me, Dr. Lina Zedriga. When you were speaking here, Mama ran back and the sight came back to my eyes when you were behind the bars. But you are telling me, you go, don't slow down, you keep moving.
Yes, I was telling you, you have no business here. You have actually lost. You are supposed to be in a patch.
At the next
and I'm glad you humbly.
I want you to know that you inspire me. You inspire the girls of this country. You inspire the people of Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Deputy President in charge of Northern Uganda, Mama Honorable Johnny Mugisha, Deputy President in charge of the floor, and give us a brief of Western Uganda.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Thank you very much, my president. I must say that the Western leg started with a challenge because while we were originally supposed to start in Barara, in Chibura, in Sindi, Longtunga, and Kundi, but that is when the fiscal and the rest of the members were staying here in Kampala and we couldn't manage that. So we started the following Monday with Chegegwa, and Chegegwa was a little bit very hard actually because there were a lot of arrests. Our venue was changed in the morning and we were told to move to another venue, and the rest of the supporters were in prison. However, as I always say, that when God has said yes, nobody can say no. Because this is God's struggle and He's doing it right in His own way. We proceeded to Chenjojo. Chenjojo, the venue was also changed. They took us very, very far. Those of you who are Congas and who is the geography of that place, there is a place called Utiti. But as God would always have it, there were people there at the playground of Utiti, Second Teachers College. There were people there, and we thanked God. We proceeded Fort Koto City. They also threw us very far away from the people. They took us past Virka, those of you who know Vilka very well, very far from the town. We had a wonderful meeting there. People were in thousands along the way, but what was very annoying was the police. I really don't want to call it police because I have not seen real policemen throwing tear gas in the midst of people. People's homes are along these roads where we are told to pass, but then okay. Now, people's homes, people live along these roads where we are told to pass. But you see, throwing tear gas in people's homes, they chase them away from their homes because they are just, some of them are just on the compound and they are watching people pass. But then people are brutalized in that manner. Then the following day we had to go to Bundubujo. We went to Bundubujo. We were denied entry into Bundubujo town, but we also had a wonderful meeting where they stopped us. In other words, what am I saying? That wherever we have been, it doesn't matter where they throw us, people will always find us there. In Bunyangabu, it was very wonderful. It rained, but people braved the rain. And then, you know, we had a wonderful meeting, and it was only in Kasese that people were killed. We saw the army, because that was not police. You could imagine that there was external aggression or external attack, because the army that was in Kasese, you'd think that Rwanda had attacked Uganda or Congo had attacked Uganda, because there were very many of them. They blocked us. We couldn't move left to right. We stayed in the middle. People were so many. Then they started shooting live bullets and killing people. We saw several young people who were hurt, and our people had to take them to the hospital. Then we were denied access to the radio in Kasese, but I know, even when we were denied, that our people know what is taking place. The following day, we had to go back to through Fort Potro to Kagadi. Kagadi is in Hoima. We went to Hoima through Kagadi. Then from Kagadi, we went to Hoima, and there was too much tear gas in Hoima. There was too much tear gas in Burisa. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked in Burisa. But thank God, as I've said before, people were there waiting for us. Then on our way back from Burisa, we had to go to Chiriandongo through Masindi. In Masindi, we had booked Boma Ground, and we were denied access to Boma Ground in Masindi. People turned up. There were so many along the roads, but of course there were live bullets, tear gas, and there was even one young man who was knocked by a police van, a police vehicle in Masindi. We proceeded to Chiriandongo, and Chiriandongo was the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Chiriandongo was very, very good. And I personally talked to the man who was commanding the police. I told him, you have been today. In fact, I told him, you know what, you are going to be our IGP when we take over power. Yes. So Chiriandongo was good, but we had now to proceed to Chenkwanzi. And when we reached a place called Mijera, it was already late. It was time for curfew. We thought that we would put up there, and then in the morning proceed to the other place. However, the police denied us entry into the place. We had booked a hotel, which they stopped us from entering. However, the police denying us that. In fact, he said it in Urinyankore, you cannot sleep in this place. So we suffered. We ate a lot of tear gas that day, and I want to assure you that where God has said yes, nobody can say no. We slept outside the whole night, but in the morning we had to proceed to Chenkwanzi. I have one point to make here, to say that in Uganda, those days long time ago, Uganda used to have inland flights. Inland flights. I asked the policeman who was stopping us from passing through Masindi, because we previously wanted to pass through Masindi or Hoima in order to access Chenkwanzi. But they said you can't pass here. Then I asked them, if you didn't want us to use roads, why did your government kill all those facilities that were there a long time ago? Because if there had been an aeroplane, we would fly and get to Chenkwanzi. But because we had to use roads, we had denied using roads, we had denied using, I don't know what else they want us to use. So, however, the following day, the principal and the team went to Chenkwanzi. I was not able to reach Chenkwanzi, but there is one big problem, and I want to point it out today, that this government, they are like what we normally say in Runyankore. They want elections to take place. They don't want campaign to take place. They don't want people to access the people, but they want people to vote. Now, how can somebody vote a person whom they have never seen? Because I think the whole idea of creating a scientific campaign was in the interest of government to deny other competitors time and people so that they would actually vote the people they have always known. But fortunately, when God has said yes, nobody can say no. That's why we are able, even where they throw us off the population, people still come to see their candidate. I want to thank all those people in Western Uganda, all of you who have been in support with us, and all Ugandans at large, that you have been able to support us. And I pray that you continue to support us, and I pray, because now is time for change. It is now or never. Get up, Ugandans. The person who is stopping others from accessing people is not only punishing the person who is contesting, but is punishing Ugandans, because it is your right as Ugandans to look at your candidates, to hear your candidates, to talk to your candidates, and then be able to make a right decision. So I want to encourage all of you that despite tear gas, by the way, this tear gas I think is expired, because the kind they gave us in Masindi, in Mijere, in Mijera, I think I have actually been sick for the last 3 days. But don't worry, it doesn't kill. You can take bits of it as long as you are interested in change, as long as you want change in this country, brave it. Because power is not given on a silver platter, power is taken. And we can only take it through suffering. So, ladies and gentlemen, get up. If you hear wherever our candidate is, please try to go there. The law says that we take 200 people, and of course, as you very well know, that is impossible. That's not campaign. I mean, we don't even know the people out there whom we should give cards to make 200 people. But you stand by the road. The principal will be there to wave to you, and you'll hear from him, like in this manner we are doing. So I thank you very much for the support. Continue to support us, and as sure as I am talking to you this evening, it is self-explanatory anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama. Talk with Gambo Shomurinyakole.
Tu abokuririza Orunyakitara, nyenda kubanza kubasima ahabwa support ningashi obuhagizo butwine nangwa na mnonga omurimbara aho muzeyi arukurga nahaseriyeye ostubine nyenda kubahereza amani kugira ngo mugumizemo amani